What is going on with Tesla's Autopilot team? Things are not looking very good. And we know there's a turnover in Tesla all the time, and there were some issues with the team and changing the people who are in charge. But the latest information that's coming out of the information publication that's also basing some of their findings on the electrics reporting, this is getting kind of concerning because don't forget, Tesla right now is really heavily relying on their full self-driving features in the future. They're essentially selling the dream. This full self-driving package that people are paying right now is relying on them coming through. Elon Musk made a lot of promises that look amazing on paper, but can they really deliver? And this is why what's happening with their team, with the Autopilot team, is really concerning. And I wonder if they're able to deliver. Let me tell you what's happening, and let me tell you where these people are going and why this is happening. All of this is coming up next.
Taking over the world, electrifying the world, electric.
Welcome to E4Electric, your number one source of unbiased electric car news. If this is your first time here, go ahead and click on the subscribe button down there. And of course, don't forget to support me on Patreon, just like one of my newer Patreon, Ash and Hugo. Thank you so much for supporting this independent channel. Of course, this is the only place where you can watch all of these videos live. All right, so Tesla's Autopilot, it's really stepped up. I mean, obviously, it took a while for Tesla to catch up to the Autopilot 1 version. But now they've produced some amazing features. To me, the parking lot summon feature is probably just mind-blowing, probably one of the best, and I think such a great ambassador for this technology. But what's been happening, it looks like there's another kind of a shake-up, if you will, in the Autopilot team. And as you know, there's been a turnover, especially in the leadership. Now, the current VP of Autopilot, what's been reported is, I guess, Elon is taking some of his responsibilities away and giving it to other people, including himself, and then also removing some of his reports from under him and promoting them. So obviously that means that he doesn't really trust the guy anymore. Not really sure why he's not letting him go, though he has also let other engineers go on the team. 5 of them left on their own, and all of them were leads. So these are the people who are in charge of some part of the Autopilot. Leads usually are, hard to come by. They are usually have a big experience in the industry and been at the company for at least a couple of years, which is a pretty good tenure at Tesla. So, and don't forget, these people, they're not just like disappearing. They're going to competition. Not only it is harder for Tesla to make the Autopilot better because these people are not there, they're also making other competitor products better because a lot of them are going to, Lyft and Uber and many other competitors, and they are. So that's a problem. Now, a few people were promoted, and it looks like Elon is kind of taking yet another responsibility upon himself and kind of almost becoming the VP of Autopilot as well at Tesla. And this is concerning. So why is this happening? So let's talk about why this is happening. Before that, of course, a quick reminder that this video and this channel is sponsored by Byton. Check out their all-electric SUV called M-Byte, coming to the US in Europe at the end of next year. If you're one of those few people who haven't reserved one, I don't know what you're waiting for. There's a link in the description of this video. And I got to tell you, it takes about 60 seconds of your time. It's $0. You don't have to spend any money to reserve your car. So go ahead and reserve your Byton today. Okay, so we're talking about Autopilot and why, once again, there's a turnover. People are unhappy. People getting demoted and leaving. It's no secret that Elon Musk is a very difficult person to work for. And I guess all of the reports are saying that the dispute is not about how to do things necessarily. It's about the timeline. It's about when. Elon is obviously pushing already unrealistic timelines that are usually not being met anyway. So he's pushing that. And if you remember, originally the Autopilot was created by this company called Mobileye, which now has been acquired by Intel, and they created the first version of Autopilot that it took Tesla another 3 years to even match when they decided, oh, we're going to do it on our own, right? The reason, if you remember, the reports were coming out why they left, they didn't want to work with Elon anymore, was exactly the same thing. He was rushing them into creating features and putting the features to the market that they believe were not ready and therefore not safe. Remember, Autopilot can kill you and other people. So this is no joke. This is not a app update that may not work properly 100%. This is a killing machine, and you're in charge of a lot of people's lives. So it looks like the same concern is coming out. And obviously working for Elon is not that easy. You can go to work, and now there are choices, right? There are now choices, and a lot of people are dying to get these engineers. And I'm starting to get worried. There's only so many people who are left there, and who could be persuaded to work for Tesla and Elon Musk. This is not like a few years ago when Elon Musk was God in the industry. The word is out. He's a little bit crazier on Twitter. A lot of people kind of know that, or know people who worked for them in the past. And even though everybody says like, hey, listen, he is who he is, but I can't work for him. There's only so many people who would be willing to do that. And don't forget, it's not like it's a 9 to 5 job. This is like a lifestyle. This guy himself dedicates pretty much, he sleeps there when he has to, right? And everybody, a lot of people at least, criticize his lifestyle and believe he's just not going to live that long even because of that. And he admitted that a lot of this pressure, a lot of these long hours have really affected him in devastating ways. I don't remember which word he used, but so I really hope that maybe he kind of steps back and steps back and decide that, hey, listen, maybe I need to chill here. Maybe the people who are doing a good job, they're doing a good job, right? I hope he thinks that. He gives them props all the time on Twitter, and I hope in person. But the problem is timeline. Maybe he backs off and says, okay, listen, let the people who I have here, who are amazing people, work. And let me push this deadlines. I mean, no one's pushing him to have full self-driving features by 2020. I think people will be fine with 2021. Like it's coming, and they're releasing some of these features. The Autopilot is getting better and better. There are a lot of features where you can say that pretty much on the freeway, it's doing your job for you. The self-parking, the unparking, the summon, right? They're all up there, and they're worth even the money for some people who believe, that they got their money worth when they're paying for the full self-driving package. So I really hope he stands back. I really hope he says, okay, I only have so many people who are willing to work for me, and I shouldn't be letting them go or driving them away. Will he do that? Probably not. But should he? I think so. But at the same time, let me know in the comment section. Kind of interested to hear it. As a consumer, do you think it's the right move for him to maybe officially delay the full self-driving features and just give it another year, but keep his current team, or try to find better people to do it faster? I'm curious to know what you think. While you're doing that, don't forget to get on our VIP list, which essentially is our free newsletter that we send out every Saturday that features a bonus story by our amazing writer AJ. That's a second free thing that you get to have in the description of this video. All right, looking forward to your comments. Other than that, see you guys next time, and remember to stay charged.